welcome everyone. Welcome chat. Things have gotten out of control already, and it hasn't even started yet. So,
welcome to June.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Pride Month, everybody.
For real. Happy Pride Month, absolutely. Wonderful. All right, so we are down one player tonight. Kazeel Dan is not going to be with us this evening. I will try not to kill his character in the city. I will try not to kill his character in the city. All right. Well, let's get a little and sorry that it was a little bit delayed. I realized once I'd opened or started the call around 20 minutes ago that I hadn't taken down the fundraiser stuff. So, welcome to the day after the fundraiser. Fun times. But again, just want to thank everyone once again from myself for all of your support over the week. You guys really stepped up and helped out, and we definitely appreciate it and appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for being a part of this community and for, just being around. We love you guys. And stay safe out there, whatever you're doing. All right, so let's get into a little summary from last week. Not too much happened last week, so it'll be short. The group had, or most of the group had, a fairly quiet breakfast downstairs at the charity house in Relesk. Silvra was upstairs and had a little chat with Jocelyn, since they haven't really talked since he was captured and taken to the flying portion of Bairn. And Silver kind of learned a little bit of what happened there. Meanwhile, while the rest were at the table, conversations turned in interesting directions as the children interacted with the adventurers. After Adrian gives them a vague warning about the city of Relesk, everyone heads out to explore the city, with Ingot in tow. One group explores a flower shop where Gerbil finds some information he's been looking for, while another group heads over to the engine, a forge and metalworking shop where Kazeel sees a very familiar face. Silvra explores an armor and clothing store for scraps and meets a very interesting and nosy shop owner who is working on her chainmail for her. All right. So, you guys don't forget to roll your d20s for inspiration. Has everyone rolled? Well, someone rolled for their Still Defender, so someone's going to have to re-roll that.
Oh, come on. Can I just give it to Gimlet?
No. We roll for Gimble.
Come on, chat. What do you think? This is
okay. It's okay.
The chat into this. I'm kidding.
No cheating.
I mean,
I think no.
Nope. You guys are getting.
No, Ren took it.
What an interesting group. All right, we'll wait for Silvra to get her rolls in. I'm going to share out. This map isn't quite finished yet. I want to do more with it, but I thought I should probably sketch it out for today. So let me share that out with you.
Oh.
And
nice.
I don't know. Do we have? Let's see here. Let me pull up my OBS here and see if we have room. I mean, I could put it over the roller.
There's even a key and everything.
I know.
Yes, there is a key.
Charity
There's
house.
not a "you are here," but it does show you where the shops are, where the inn, the hotel is. And this would be kind of, and again, I want to work some more on it, but it's reminiscent to the map that you would have received from the child at the charity house. Let me just see if I can
I did have it.
get that on there really quick. Just give me 1 second. Fantasy ground map. And we'll...
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try to get this on the screen a bit so that way the viewers can see it.
What about breakfast at Tiffany's?
I'm gonna cover up the roller chat, so I apologize, but might be helpful to see the map a bit here.
It's a nice map.
It's a
Andrew.
good map.
There's
What?
number 4. Just says the house pets.
Love it.
Time for everybody to get a pet.
The what?
The house.
Number
pets.
4. You said the house.
Oh yeah, the
pets.
house. Yeah, so pets is what the house is about. That's pet stuff, guys. I mean, you guys have been to a pet
Oh.
stop, right? All right. Cool.
He's gotta Go get himself a badger.
No doubt.
Oh, I swear, do not get a badger.
Is there any reason for the color coding?
The color coding. Oh yeah, I was gonna put another key there to explain that. The color coding. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Explanatory. I threw an F in there. The blue is kind of your hotel inns, your places to stay. The green usually I think has to do with food.
Green is death. This other stuff.
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
It's an auction house, a gentleman's club,
All
and
colors mean death.
the back room.
Oh, I didn't put what the back room is. The back room is another tavern, but it's lower. It's not as fancy as the auction house.
We're
It's
already like
another-
so connected to
bad
this city. It's gonna be so bad when we destroy it.
So connected. We're gonna miss you.
Guys, let's go there.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
It must be interesting. It doesn't have a detailed description.
I think we might need that back gate by the end of this.
Oh no. Okay, all right. So, where we left off, Kazeel, Kazeel was in the shop. Gimble, not Gimble. Ren was sitting outside. Was sitting outside the engine, which is the forge. Ingrid was sitting a few feet from you, kind of on the edge of that pool area that's there at the front gate, in between the front gate and the main tower. And Kazeel, you were there too. Did you go inside the shop? Not Kazeel, Rhaenyra. Did you go inside the shop with Kazeel, or did you stay outside? Okay, all right. So you're inside this shop as well, the engine. I think as I explained last time, and I'll explain it again. The outside of the engine, it has these huge cogs, like these working cogs, as the front facade, with these large iron letters that says the engine. There's also some simulated steam coming out of the front. Inside, there's some working cogs going all across the ceiling. It's a fairly open and large shop, and it looks like it might have a staircase leading to a second level. But you see, like to your left, there's a couple of rows of different kind of more tinkering objects, things that you would need for tinkering, like wire. There's a whole wall of little drawers that says, I think, Sprigs and Sprockets. To the right, you see some hanging metal cages that you kind of hear, and you kind of hear along with this kind of the sound of a hammer hitting a forge. You hear this kind of almost like a music box bird melody coming from somewhere inside the shop. But the whole shop has a nice kind of yellowish orange glow, and is a little warm inside. It's not that populated with people, and you do see a couple of attendants, a dwarven woman, also a gnomish woman who's kind of scuttling about. And it seems like deeper into the shop, there are more things to look at and to buy, tinkered items. But also there's this huge kind of open forge where a male dwarf is working. And it's kind of roped off almost as if to encourage people to watch, but to not like interfere as the dwarf does his work. Is there anything specific you would like to look at or do in the shop, Rhaenyra?
Nope, I was just along for the ride.
Okay, all right. So we'll say that you and Kazeel, have a nice look around after Kazeel kind of comes back from he saw the mysterious figure that he chased outside and then came back inside. You guys look around for a bit more and take a step out. According to the map, if you look there, also just along that same line of shops there, along that main road, you also have the house, which is a pet shop. And you also have, it looks like a tavern with big letters that say the auction house. And it has like a little billboard that has things that are up for auction for the day. Rin, is there anything that you would like to do?
No, I would still just probably just sitting there, given
Okay.
the time frame from last time.
All right, cool. Where would you guys like to head to next? The two of you, or the three of you, but Kazil. You're just gonna hang out in this area?
I guess we would know that Gimble was on his way here, right? Was Gimble very vocal about him needing to check out the Sprockety Wheelie house?
I think he was.
I would assume he's
was.
coming here.
So
I mean, it screams Gimble.
yeah, I think
He did
we'll-
state very clearly last time. That's where I wanted to go after we went to the flower shop. But I
right,
didn't
right.
know anyone else
But
was
you weren't
going
with
there.
You didn't.
Oh.
go with us.
Yeah.
You weren't with us.
We,
Um,
yeah, the rest of us were currently on our way.
On the way.
Okay. So you guys hanging out there and kind of waiting for Gimble?
I got nothing that I'm trying to do, so I'm just relaxing.
Okay. All
And
right.
obviously
I'll
still
probably
tired
go-
because we haven't slept since.
I'll probably go hang out with Ren.
Okay.
Zeal's just chasing down his weird ghost, whatever.
Yeah, well, I'll say Kazil has already came in and he was looking around with Onirius for a bit before they came out. So Kazil's just there. He looks a little shaken, unnerved a bit. Ingot's still just kind of sitting quietly a few feet away as well. Just kind of keeping to herself mostly. All right, so we'll go over to our other group, which was Tegan, Gimble, and Gerbil. What are you guys up to?
I think
Pretty
we
sure
were-
we were
we're just
heading
making
for
our way. Yeah.
to the engine. Yeah.
Guys,
The
we're going to the
engine
engine, right?
And the
We're going to the
Yes.
engine,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
We're going to go right there.
We're
Yes.
going now.
More
Okay.
stops?
more
Let's
stops.
see here. I'm just trying to figure out.
And I think we were the ones that had the map somehow.
Oh wait, I left some things off of here. I didn't put. Oh no, I did. I
You
didn't.
Put the death traps.
Right. No, I thought I didn't see the candy shop at first. So you guys are in this 1, 2, 3 cluster down there, south of the center tower. So if you're going the shortest distance over here, you're kind of looking at the map. You would see you guys will travel through this little kind of park area. It's just trees. There are some benches. Some children are playing. There's a few adults sitting around on the benches, kind of casually watching the children as they, are probably mostly reading a book or chatting amongst each other. As you walk through that area, and again, as you're walking through here, you're passing through these kind of, I'll call them spokes on the city. And as I said, those are just really they're really tall, probably like 30-foot tall metal with intricate designs carved in them that you can see, that allows light to see through, and you can see through. It's very interesting looking and is obviously not really sectioning off the city as you're passing through. You can tell it's not sectioning off sections, but more just, as far as you can tell, for decoration. You would also be passing by, you're passing by one of the coffee houses, Fogger's Coffee. And also you'll see probably a sign for the Gentleman's Club as you round that corner towards the pool area. And I'll probably also assign for Luna Park as well. So Ren and Renarius, you're sitting there or around the side of the pool there, and you see the three of them approach.
And the pool is the little section with the like what looks like trees lining it.
Yeah. It's just like a standing they call them something like a still pool, I think maybe is what they call them. It's maybe the water's only like maybe 4 feet deep.
Kind of looks
So-
like in front of the washroom.
A reflection pool, that's what I'm thinking of, I think.
So it's not like a community pool with like kids jumping in. And...
There are kids in it. I mean, people can get in it. But it's not like a community pool where people are like crowding inside of it. You'll just see some kids kind of playing in it as you would like a large fountain or something.
Okay. Well, there it is, Gimble. Go nuts.
If I see him coming, I'll kind of tap Renarius, be like, "Oh, here comes the others."
Should we be worried?
No, Gimble will
Literally
probably
sprinting
go
towards the door.
Kazil gives a wave to the three of you. Ingot,
Bye.
you'll see Ingot just kind of glance up and then look back down. Gimble, you're heading over to the shop.
Oh yes.
Did you, and no problem if I need to say it again, did you hear the explanation of it a little bit ago?
Yeah, I'm just literally
Okay.
gonna start playing with everything.
Okay, cool.
He's just gonna blow the whole thing up.
Yeah, as you
How does
go
this work?
as you go deeper into the shop, you'll see those. You will probably notice that the hanging cages do have, I want to say like animatronic birds in them, that are all metal with cogs and springs, and they do play a music box. So you also find music boxes deeper into the store as well of all kinds of varieties.
Look, they made a bird version.
You see a oh boy, you see a male dwarf operating the huge forge that's kind of in the center of the shop, and that there's 3 or 4 people kind of gathered around watching as you would like a glass blower or something in a glass shop.
Renarius is gonna follow Gimble.
Okay, cool. Roll a perception check for me, Gimble. And you can too, Renarius, as well.
Perception is not my thing. These birds are shiny.
Not my thing either.
Oh, wow. Well, okay, so Renarius, even though this is your second time in the shop, you're just taken with something that you see. The music boxes kind of catch your attention. A couple of kids are over there on the shelf kind of activating a few that like several of them at the same time. So it's just this kind of all of the melodies kind of mixing together. The female dwarf from the counter, kind of calls out to them and tries to get them to stop. Gimble, you will notice as you're kind of walking through the aisles of this shop, a female gnome who is bustling about. She's wearing a name tag, and but she's so many feet away that you can't read what it says. But she looks slightly familiar to you. She has kind of dark curly hair, dark skin, about the same height as you. She's wearing kind of a tied apron in the back of her neck and in the back of her waist. But yeah, you kind of catch glimpses of her kind of walking back and forth, carrying things to the male dwarf, working the forge, going to the counter, etc.
Let's walk slowly in that direction.
Okay, you're walking towards her?
More towards the forge.
Okay. As you slowly walk, she is over towards the counter area, And so she turns back to walk back past, like towards and past the forge, which is walking kind of towards and past you, but she seems very preoccupied. Like she's on a mission, she's working. You do kind of catch sight of her name tag though, which reads Donelia. And as she walks past you, you get a very familiar scent. Her hair kind of bounces back and forth as it's in these kind of like tight natural ringlets, and kind of. She is so preoccupied she doesn't hear your strained hello. She walks to the back of the store and is kind of rearranging the music boxes that the kids had looked at. So she's right there in the same aisle as you, Renarius. Is there something I can help you with?
No.
Sorry about the kids. They run about and we can't keep up with them.
Yeah, the music that comes from these is very very nice.
Oh, I'm glad
I
you
can
think
make
so.
better.
I don't
Still looking
think
here.
anyone asked you.
Oh, who are you? So with Renarius, you're looking in Gimble's direction when you say that.
Yeah.
Uh, what a reply too, salty. Gimble, as you're standing a few feet away, you see her kind of look over her shoulder, and this look on her face of, at first, just casualty, and then it kind of dawns recognition, and then it kind of falls a bit.
Wow. It's
Oh.
inspired. This city is gonna fall.
My goodness, Gimble.
Hi.
How she looks very kind of disoriented.
Yeah,
H-
funny
how
running into you here.
how are you?
You know each other?
Oh,
Yes.
you can say that.
Um.
Wow.
My.
So you come to Relesk? I haven't seen you here before.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily. Well, yes, visiting.
Okay.
Touring around the countryside with a group of other adventurers. Trying to see some more of the world, you know.
Sure. You always were a go-getter. Always like to go off and do your own thing.
Yeah. I'm really sorry about that. I still feel bad.
It's in the past. That was, gosh, how many years ago? It's been a while.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been long enough to let bygones speak bygones. I mean, sure. Yeah, so I'm sorry, what was, and she turns to Renarius. And who are you?
My name's Renarius. I'm friends with Gimble.
Lovely. I'm Donelia.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. And she turns back to you and just shaking her head, Gimble, and just kind of this kind of like
How did you end up here, Donelia?
well, she kind of wipes off her hands on her apron. Well, it's a long story, but I visited this shop at one point and asked if they, I was kind of looking for something fresh and something new and, something that, it was different. And they needed help. And, I was always interested in tinkering and in, metalwork. And here we are. Here we are.
You
Well-
seem more nervous than I am, Gimble.
What?
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's a long ways away from Orsborough, though.
It is. But That's what I was kind of looking for.
Fair enough.
And yet here you are.
Here I am.
Well, how long are you going to be in the city?
I don't know. I wasn't necessarily planning for a very long time, but we just got here yesterday.
You hear a voice kind of Donelia? Donelia. Oh, I should probably get back to work. We you and your friends, we should go to the have you been to the auction house?
No.
We should
Not
go. It's right across the way. Yeah, it's right, Stephanie? Is that where you put it? Where did you? Oh no, it's right down. Yeah, it's right. It's just a couple of shops down. So but yeah, this evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Sounds yeah.
We'll meet you here.
I can't. Sure. Yeah, just right outside the shop here. That will be fine. I should go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't let me get in your way.
I'll see you and your friends later.
Shift. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. She kind of steps away and kind of takes like an awkward kind of glance. So and this look on her face of like, just still kind of like just complete shock that this happened, and yeah. There you go.
Okay.
She rushes. She kind of scurries back over to the counter to help the female dwarf with something. The female dwarf kind of walks away and she kind of takes over the register.
I'm gonna turn around very bewilderedly and leave.
I follow.
A couple of kids like run in front of you, Gimble, as you're trying to make your way out. You have to kind of like awkwardly go around them. Dad, a male figure, chases after them. You'd assume someone in charge. Yeah, so you awkwardly walk out of the store. If you take a glance over towards the register, she'll give a kind of a unsure wave, and there you go. You're out of there. All right.
And then he starts running.
Nope. No running, just I'll probably walk over to the bench and sit down next to Red.
Oh, you're muted, Zach.
Are you okay? Obviously not.
I don't know. Donelia's here.
Oh. What are the odds?
Slim. Very slim. I think the gods hate me.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, she invited us to go to the auction with her this evening. Me and all my friends.
Do you want to go?
Yes.
Okay. I can go with you.
I never really stopped loving her, but I did pick my work and research over her at one point. It was a kind of amicable break.
This conversation really shows that.
This is just, I don't. I'm not good at this. I'm
Okay.
The wing person, not the. I'm not Silver. I can't just pick people up and sweep them off their feet.
Would that make me the wing person?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, definitely. You did awesome. You set me up really well with the the comment about the music boxes.
Glad to be of service.
I'm just gonna lay on Gimlet now. He'll do the walking for me.
I just imagine a rain cloud following you.
Okay, so what are you guys doing next now that you're... What are you guys up to?
I didn't have anything to do, so I was
Just
with the
biding
group.
time?
Yeah, I'm just whatever people are doing, I'm following.
What
Okay.
time of day is it? Is it afternoon?
I
Is it-
would
it's
say
morning.
that by
morning.
now it's probably around noon.
Maybe we should get some rest before tonight.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What?
Yeah,
Where's Silvra? I thought she was with you guys.
With that, let's put a pause here, and we'll zoom back over to Silvra, who I believe just exited the clothing, the armor shop, where she met her new friend, Fannels. So what are you gonna do, Silvra?
She's stepping out,
Name.
just shaking her head like, I cannot believe. Oh, makes my head hurt. She's gonna head towards the engine.
As you're walking away, as you're walking out of the door out of the shop, Silvra, you another person kind of passes you, and you hear the old man greet that person as they walk into the store. How are you doing?
I'm gonna
So-
turn around and see who he's talking to real quick if I can.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a male human who just seems to be inquiring about something.
Just keep walking.
Okay.
Turn back around and keep walking.
All right. So where are you heading to?
The engine.
All right. So we'll say that since all of that happened, that you walk towards the engine, and let's see, Fannels is 12. Oh yeah, so you're coming from even a different direction. So in that same area you have Lucky Herbs. You also have Lindbergh's Adventuring Shop. You also see one of the coffee shops across the street there. Yeah, and as you pass through the next section, you approach that pool, going from the main gate to the center tower, and across that kind of pool area, you think that you might see your friends.
Skirt, skirt. Way around.
Okay.
I'm not gonna meet up with the other ones. I'm just gonna
Okay.
keep going.
All right. So the rest of you are heading back to the charity house.
Yes.
Okay.
Carry me, Gimlet.
What's wrong with him?
He's more dramatic than I am.
He ran into an old significant other that they broke up amicably, but it was, I guess, based on his interaction, I'm gonna assume it didn't go great.
I'm gonna look at him. Is that a little bit like?
Just don't talk to him about it. Let him feel it out.
Oh no, he's finally speechless.
Maybe I should just give up adventuring and live here.
Let's go take a nap, buddy.
Wait, you want to live where your ex is?
I mean, again.
All right. So you guys, as you're talking, start heading back towards the charity house. Um, Silver, if you're trying to stay hidden from them, make a stealth check. The rest of you make perception checks that are. Oh, everyone's in that area. Tegan, you're there with them too, so.
Or is he?
I mean.
Oh, I'm there, baby. I'm there. Nope. I don't see a thing.
11.
9.
Oh, mine didn't count. Okay.
Depressed Gimble sees Silver.
Oh, man. Oh.
Hey, but
Oh, why is there. Oh, because of your armor.
I
Wait.
don't have my chainmail on technically at this point.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead and roll another d20 for roll another stealth check for me, Silvra.
What the?
Oh, it dropped to 20, so we'll say that
Oh.
you're at a 20. So plus 1 is 21. Gimble, you rolled a 19 plus 3, you got a 22. So Gimble, you as you're, kind of walking away, you kind of as you're kind of leaning on Gimlet, your head's kind of turned to the side and you think that you might see a red-skinned tiefling with black hair kind of on the other end of the pool, but just passing through like the trees and passing back behind a couple of people. So you think you see it, but you're not really like 100% sure.
I wish my bestie was here. Probably just seeing things because of that.
And the rest of you continue on your way to the charity house. So right by the time that you make it around to the engine with that huge facade with the steam coming out, they are gone.
Gimble wails to Silver for emotional support. My heart, man. God damn it.
Hey, if I had clearly seen that she was there, Gimble was totally gonna do that.
You totally would have done that.
Bestie!
Whale call.
Bestie, hold me.
Did you hear my description of inside the shop earlier, Melissa?
No, because I got distracted.
That's okay. That's fine. That's why I asked. As you walk into the shop, to your left, you have a few short rows of different items, mostly for artificing, or creating mechanical things. There's a whole wall of different drawers that says Sprigs and Sprockets. To your right, you have the hanging metal cages. You can't tell from this angle what they are, but you hear that kind of melodic music box sound that sounds kind of like a bird chirping. But you also hear other music box sounds coming from deeper inside the shop. You have like the main desk where a female gnome is working currently. You also have further into the shop, you'll see like around the corners, it's pretty like open layout. You have like the gears working on the ceiling as you saw on the outside of the shop, all for show. But deeper in the store, you'll see that one of the main attractions of this place, not only the crazy like artificing and like music boxes and things that they have, but this kind of open forge where this male dwarf is just working away. And it's from where you're standing, it looks like a pretty large forge area, and it's kind of roped off so people can like stand back and watch him as he works. But pretty much anything that you'd want to find as far as creating like artificing, creating things like tinkering, or any forgery work.
I would be more interested in the forgery work.
Okay, sure.
Just a small dagger for right now.
Sure.
Probably. Yeah, I have an idea. Hi, people.
Who are you? Are you approaching the dwarf at the forge? Or are you approaching the?
Up at the forge.
Okay.
I continued walking as you were describing.
Sure. No, that's fine. That's fine. He is. He does seem pretty focused, but he does kind of put the hammer down, and that loud clinking of the hammer hitting the forge kind of stops, and suddenly you just hear kind of that annoying music box sound and as background noise. He turns to you and kind of wipes some sweat from his brow, this kind of long reddish beard with some white kind of mixed in. Can I help you?
Hi. I was wondering if I can borrow the forge
Uh,
or even just help you with forge work.
uh, what, he, there's a kind of a mother, seemingly a mother and daughter watching from, from the side. The child's already getting a little bit distracted, but he kind of looks to the woman and, I'll be right back. And he kind of steps to the side and motioning you to kind of follow him a few steps away. So, that's a strange request. I don't get that much. Uh, what what be your qualifications?
Oh, my dad taught me a little bit about it, and I just want to keep practicing and keep it going, and just to be honest, I need to blow up a little steam.
Sure, sure. I've been there before. Well, and he kind of, especially with your chainmail off, he kind of looks at your arms, not like leaning in, but you can kind of see his eyes go from like one arm to the other. Well, you seem strong enough. Um, so
Oh,
you
my
say you're
chainmail is getting fixed.
so you say, oh, of course, of course. Um, did you where did you? Is it getting fixed here in town? Fanneries or
Yeah,
I keep getting that wrong. I keep calling when I call it Fanneries. Yeah, Fannels,
yeah.
Uh, how was that experience? He's a good man. He's a good man. He'll do you good. He'll do you good. He'll give you a nice firm kind of pat on the shoulder, almost a little too firm. Silvra, I mean you're strong, but this is a he's definitely a very very strong dwarf. Um, he kind of takes a few steps kind of back towards the forge, and the conversation seems open enough that you would think that you should follow him in step. Um, so, are you looking to make anything specific or
Um, just a dagger. I mean, I want and then I'll work my way up to a sword. I just need to hit something right now. Something simple. And then I can help you around for maybe an hour or two, and then head back to where to wash up. And I cannot keep this accent tonight. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I would like to help for like an hour or two just to vent off some frustration and stuff because I would rather do this than hit somebody because apparently that's not very good.
sure? Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's probably not
Yeah,
something that you want to be doing.
yeah, I would love to start off with maybe like one or two daggers and then work my way up to a sword. And if that takes a couple hours, that's fine too. I don't have anywhere important to be.
Sure, sure, sure. Let me see here. All right, they're turned up pretty loud. Danny Phantom, sorry. Um, yeah, that would be fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
would it help to mention that I'm of the Forge domain?
Oh, well, it does. It does help. It does help. Come on, come on. Um,
She is so in her element right now. Like she is just like, I'm gonna put my hair up.
yeah, yeah. So you're wanting to make a dagger, correct?
Yes.
Why don't I mean he has all the tools here. He kind of takes you back over the forge and gives you the supplies. Um and you'll see kind of the mother and the daughter kind of come back and since he's back there at the forge and just kind of stand there but he helps you along. He'd probably show you a couple, like a two or three that he's made the past couple of days that he has there in the there at the forge area, kind of hanging up to cool. And they're very, he shows you a couple that are very basically crafted, very plain but well crafted. And he shows you another that is just amazing looking with different notches in the metal and layering of different metals. It has some the handle he has covered in a leather wrap, and has almost like little jewels encrusted into it. This is one of the fancier ones I've made.
How long did it take you to make it?
Oh well, with the leather and the jewels, and it took a couple of days, and not just myself either. My dear wife over there, she's an expert with the jewel crafting. And then we have another girl around here that helps out. You might have seen her, the gnome lady, Donelia. She helped with a bit with the metal layer, and she's a little bit better at it than I am. I'm not afraid to say. All right. Well, and I'll just say, Emericina, if you want to make, I'm guessing you probably have proficiency with smithing tools.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, you do have them. I would definitely say probably.
I should have brought my book out. I don't have my book.
Oh yeah, you have a.
I was gonna look at Blessing of the Forge and all that. It's not popping up for me here.
I would say so. Let me see if I can bring up your character sheet in my notes here, my own personal notes. I mean, I would almost have to say so.
Yeah, I'm proficient in
If not with him, yeah. Yeah, and he's there to help you, and he's pretty much a master at what he does. Oh yeah, tools, smith tools. So I haven't went in and added tools in for rolls, unfortunately. So let's see, what
Tell
are
me
you?
what I need to roll in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and I guess the best that I could probably come up with is sleight of hand, probably. You do have proficiency in that, so.
+3, so that's math. 13.
Okay, all
I
right.
didn't roll very well.
No, you're good. Let's see. Okay.
Math Monday.
Okay. He, with a kind of a forge that you're unfamiliar with, Silvra, and it's just kind of laid out differently than how other forges you've worked with, and it's been a while, probably too, that you've worked
Yeah.
at a forge. So, I mean, even though the skills are always there, it has been a bit of time, but he is there to help you out. He also, while he's helping, will kind of talk to the people who are watching and kind of talk about the process. It takes you a couple of hours to do this, and you come out with a very well-made dagger. It's nothing extremely fancy, but he did kind of help you with to layer a couple of different metals into the blade. And then he did kind of help you. Did you want the handle to be metal so that you can wrap it or put something over it, or did you want to be want to have a different kind of handle, like wood or something else, or stone
Just
even?
The metal one for now. That
Okay,
way I
all right.
can
Yeah,
do whatever I
perfect.
want with it.
Yep, that's fine. All right, so you have a very well made dagger.
Oh man, it's been a while. Thank you so much.
You did well. You did very well. I can say that I've had other people here that have asked to do the same, and they didn't do quite as well as you did. Uh, I would be remiss to say that if you need to stop by and help me with anything, while you're, here to, if you find yourself here more than a day or two, or want to come back tomorrow, I would gladly appreciate that help, and I'd even give you some gold for it.
Oh wow. That. Oh. Do you like sweet rolls?
I love sweet rolls. Are you kidding?
So good, aren't they?
They are very good. They are very good.
Goodness.
Did you stop at the sweet shop here in town?
I think I did.
You didn't.
Did it? Huh?
No.
No?
No, that was where
Tegan-
Tegan and
Tegan
Gerbil
did.
were.
Vegan. Oh, you guys did.
You
Okay.
should go there if you like sweets. They're super. They're wonderful, wonderful. But the Folger coffee houses. There's 3 or 4 of them here in town. They have wonderful sweetbreads as well. So if that's your thing, that'd be the place to go.
Coffee.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a few of them.
Thank you so much for all your help and for allowing me to do this and just to hit things. I
It's
definitely will be back. Is there a way that I can, like, if I'm out of the city, I can write you a letter or something when?
sure. Just send it to Relesk, the engine, and it would come to me. So
Okay. Awesome.
it's been a pleasure, Silvra. Stephanie,
Pleasure's all mine.
you went off the notes. You went off the notes. Why did you do this? I was trying to find a name for you. The name is Wern.
Oh, that's a great name. I'm Silvra.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Silvra.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you so
Now
much.
take your dagger and get on out of here before my wife sees that I let you have that for free.
Oh, okay. So scurry up. She'll kind of dash. Well, no. She'll walk very quickly. She's not gonna like book it towards the door because she doesn't want to draw attention.
Okay. All right. So you
Would it
head
be
on out.
possible to, because what she was wanting to do was do Blessing of the Forge, but have it when we have a long rest. I'll do that later.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that later. So I don't think, have we had a long rest?
No.
No, we have not.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was like,
We're
I'll
about
wait.
to.
I'll wait. I'll wait. And then I'll actually, at this point, she's just exhausted and dirty and just gross and just like she'll go back to the house and see if she can take a shower.
Okay. All right. So by the time that you get back to the charity house, and you climb all those flights of stairs, so you're thoroughly exhausted by the time you get up there, and that goes for the rest of you as well. But by the time that you get up there, I would say that the other group is there already. So you see, because around this time it is probably by the time that you get over there, probably about 2:30, closing in on 3 in the afternoon. This is for Silvra. So the rest of you have been there for probably about a half hour. No. You guys have been there for a couple of hours. Yeah, you guys have been there for the rest of the group got there around 1 probably. So Silvra, by the time you get there, it's close to 3. The rest of the group are either sleeping or around. They can let you know. The children are, a few of them are. It doesn't seem like there are as many in the house as before, and you see Adrian kind of leading 2 or 3 of them in like a little class in one of the rooms. All right, so everyone's back at the house.
Think Zeal come back?
Oh yeah, because it came back with you guys.
Okay.
Does anybody know if there's a shower anywhere, or a bath, or like?
Uh,
I have tears.
I'm really needy. I just
I have tears.
and
Is that what you
tears.
said?
Oh my gosh, that little teeny tiny voice in the back, like.
Just in a corner in the shadows.
You will see. I'll say. Let's see here. Yeah, Adrian hears you from. I'll say you say that kind of. You ask Adrian or kind of say it in. In an area where Adrian can hear you. He. You hear him kind of tell one of the kids to go and talking to one of the children, and then you see one of the older children that you recognize from earlier, Geneva, an elven child around 12 or 13, comes out and I'm gonna go get you some water. And
Thank you so much.
she heads towards the. Will grab a bucket from one of the rooms and heads towards the double doors to go outside.
Wait, she has to go down.
Yeah.
Okay, they're magic kids.
No. There's something wrong with this picture. This
She
doesn't
could-
make
she could-
sense in Silva's brain.
She could probably fly or
Wait,
something.
aren't there? Where's everybody else? She's really going. Is she bringing those up one at a time?
No, we have some upstairs, but she's gonna get a little bit of hot water to make it not, chilling for you.
I don't care if it's cold. I mean, all I have to do is just scrub myself clean, and then I'll wash my clothes.
I mean,
It's okay. I mean,
well, she's already gone, and she's already went to fetch the bucket, so
yeah.
just give her a couple of minutes, and she'll be back.
Okay.
It gives them a chance to get out.
Hey guys, look what I made. Isn't it cool?
That's amazing. I need to buy nice clothes.
What?
I.
You're gonna last to see it.
Never mind.
What's wrong?
Gimble ran into his ex. I just turned southern all of a sudden.
And I missed it?
Yeah.
Who was she?
What?
As she's saying this, she's gonna give the dagger to Tegan. It's like, who was she?
I mean, she's she works at the engine.
Shit, I was just there. Wait, which one was she?
The gnome.
What did you do?
Gerbil starts laughing in the background.
I didn't do anything. Okay, so let's wait. We were in love, and
Okay.
we worked on projects together, and then I got really obsessed and pushed everyone close to me away, and yeah, that was that.
So it is your fault.
Oh, yeah.
So why are you moping about it?
I'm just a little shocked to see her here. I mean, it's not like I stopped loving her.
You regret it.
Of course. But by the time I realized that, it was too late.
Do you think you'll ever get a second chance?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to try.
Well, she has
a good
invited
woman.
me and all my friends to go to the auction house.
There's
That what
something
it
going.
was?
There's something going on tonight.
I don't know. I didn't ask for any details. I just said yes. Do I need nice clothes? Do I need to go get nice clothes? I'm so bad at this.
Well, I think the auction is different from the gala thing.
Oh, definitely.
So
That's not why I was asking.
But I mean,
Your boy still likes her.
Oh,
I noticed.
I mean,
Still loves her. Like, okay, I will help
Yeah.
you get ready tonight, okay? But I have to
Okay.
get cleaned up first because I'm all sooty and dirty and sweaty and gross. All right? This is what
Okay.
we're gonna do. I'll get myself finished. We will get you together for tonight, and I will help you with what to say.
Okay.
Are you gonna bring? Are you gonna bring a gimlet?
I was planning on it.
Yes. Okay. She'll give him a hug.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Well, please throw up over there. No.
Please don't throw up. That was Adrian from the other room.
It's a figure of
Pops his head in.
speech.
Is it though?
Shut up, gerbil.
Around this time, Geneva comes back, opens up the two front doors very quietly and closes them, and comes in with this large bucket of steaming hot water. She makes a left there, right, coming into the two front doors in that main hallway. She makes an immediate left into this other room that none of you have been in yet. And she's in there for a couple of minutes before coming back out. And she'll stand like 5 feet away from you, Silvra. The bathroom is ready. It's just through that door there near the two front doors. Just be sure to there's a chair beside the door. Be sure to put the chair up against the door, because some of the kids don't understand that when the door's closed, that means someone's in there. So just put the chair there and you'll be fine. But there's a tub in there for you. There's a little box of soaps, and if you need anything, just holler out. There's some towels in there too.
Hey, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Tegan?
Yes.
She'll go back into the classroom.
Don't lose my dagger.
I was just checking it for balance, and I'm holding it and checking it for balance, and
I mean,
actually
I don't
trying to
mind if you-
spin it in my hand to see
Yeah.
if it's balanced.
He starts
Try to
doing the
check.
knife game.
No, not that. Just like, when you have a nice dagger, it's supposed to be balanced, and so it doesn't fall out of your hands and stuff. So
Make an inspection check, Tegan.
yes, please. That's what inspection,
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, sure.
Same
That's
thing,
it.
same
That's
thing.
what I mean.
I mean,
Totally.
roll for Inception.
13.
Our
Okay.
birds are fried this past week and weekend, y'all.
Tegan, from what you can tell, I mean, it seems like a very well made dagger.
And I'll relay that to Silver very well.
The balance is nearly perfect.
Impressive. Can I hand it back?
Silvra does a gesture towards her genitals, like this, like, cha. Yeah.
There are kids here.
There are poor people and children. Okay.
Or children, even.
Oh my
For
god.
children.
I'll take my dagger back and then go into the bathroom, shut the door,
Okay.
do the whole chair thing. Right after her bath, though, she's gonna wash her clothes. Well, yeah, she's gonna wash her clothes in her bath while she's taking a bath.
Okay. All right. There is against the wall. There's. I mean, you can kind of tell that they probably do some clothes washing in this room as well. It's kind of the general kind of water wash room. So there's a laundry board there that you can kind of scrape your clothes against to get some of the dirt and grime out. As you said, it's very very barely, it's not really decorated at all, but it does have the soaps and the towels, and it's a very well kept room for what it is.
How high of a chance do I have somebody walking in, even with the chair? Because I know kids.
There's a couple of times while how long would you say that you were in there, Silvra? That you're in there between washing your clothes and taking a bath?
For like 15 minutes.
You'll get a couple of kind of like kids not even knocking, just kind of like jiggling, going to open the door, and it kind of like catch on the chair. But they seem to, once they kind of feel that catch, and you'll hear like one kind of sounds like a boy's voice, oh, and yeah.
Piss outside.
7 flights of stairs.
But it seems to be they seem to get the gist that if that resistance is given, to wait.
Wait, how long? I gotta figure out. Is there a window? Because if there's a window, is there a way? She's wanting to hang her clothes to dry.
There is a small window that lets some light in. Like, it's a higher window, but it's very small. And it's just kind of out, mostly for ventilation.
I don't heat anything up because I don't want to burn my clothes.
Yeah, you don't see. There are a couple of drying racks in the room, and there are a couple of small button-up shirts kind of hanging over them. But there is still room to kind of like, it has like 3 different like layers per each one, or 3 different like folds that you can fold your clothes over. So there'd be enough room for your clothing if you want to take them there. But other than that, that's okay. All right.
And wrap myself in a towel.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna have a towel on my head because that's just like too difficult with one.
When you go to lay your clothes over these 2 drying racks, Silvra, you almost feel like there's a little bit of heat coming off of them.
That's weird.
If you want to you can do investigation check if you want to take a look and see if you can see why or what's causing that. Okay. You're very intrigued, and you start looking, and as you look towards the bottom of the drying racks, they have these kind of rectangular bases, and there's a little kind of like slat. It has the base, and then it has like the second tier that goes into where you lay the clothes. But that base part that's a bit separated, and the rest of it's elevated off of it, has some simmering coals in it to keep the drying rack heated.
Ooh. Cool. Never would have thought of that. So just is she gonna take the chair off the door and peek out?
You see.
Are y'all still out there?
You see 2 younger boys kind of standing in line, and they were kind of sitting against the wall, but they immediately stand and kind of like one gets in front of the other.
Come in. Go ahead. I'm about to head out. Go ahead.
Well, we're getting our and one of them has like, there's a bucket kind of beside them too, so they've already gotten some water. We're taking turns for baths. So
Yeah. Of course. Go ahead.
okay, all right. One of them kind of scurries in, and the other one kind of dejectively, because they didn't stand in front of the other one, kind of slides back down on the floor. to sit.
Boys, boys, please don't touch my clothes. They're drying.
The other one closes the door. I won't, and puts the chair up. Um,
Totally gonna touch your clothes.
the one
So
sitting
good
on the
touch my
floor
clothes.
kind of
Oh,
looks up at
sweet.
you.
That's how kids work.
The one sitting on the floor looks up at you and is like, I won't touch your clothes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I know. I'm in a towel. Are there? Does anybody have an extra shirt I can borrow?
um,
I'm like in the room with a towel on.
yeah, you're in the main hallway with a towel on is where you are.
I'm gonna start walking through the house. Hey guys. Yoo-hoo.
Adrian kind of looks up at you
Don't
and
have shirts anyways.
Adrian kind of blushes. Then he looks over to another familiar face, the kind of malish looking elf with the long auburn hair, that immediately stands and comes over to you. Has very striking green eyes. Looks to be about maybe 15, 16. I think that might have some shirts that might fit. You want me to go up and get one for you? Some pants?
Oh yeah, that would be great. But I'm not. I'll stay down here.
Oh, sure. And he'll look back at Adrian, and Adrian will give him a nod, and he'll kind of quickly bound up the steps. And he's gone for a couple of minutes before he comes back with a long-sleeved tunic shirt with some pants, and it's very similar to your size, Silvra. Might be a little bit snugger than what you're used to, but it fits.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And he goes back into the classroom.
Like, did I just embarrass everybody? Silver's gonna say this out loud.
I don't care.
Okay.
You do you.
All right. Anyone else? Tegan, what are you up to in the house?
Well, I suppose we're all sitting together.
Yeah, I mean, you're staying together. I'll say that Adrian would have told you when you guys got back before he started his lesson that he put some blankets and some rollout mattresses of sorts upstairs for everyone. And there's enough for the whole group, spread between the room that you guys kind of arrived in through the portal and then the room that Jocelyn's in.
Right.
And he also would have updated you that the two, actually there were three. The other three mages that were left there, one of them is doing really well, and is actually went outside to take a stroll to get some fresh air. One of them is doing about the same, and the other one is not doing well.
Okay.
But the two that are still, the one that's doing okay and the one that's not doing very well, are upstairs as well, in that room where you guys arrived in.
For the record, I found a corner and fell asleep when we got back.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have gone straight to sleep.
All right. Cool.
Before everything, Gerbil's gonna go up to Tegan and open up the bag of colding and get out the chocolates he bought. Here you go.
Thank you for carrying that for me. I will just put that on the I guess I'm just going to say we're sitting around the dining table.
Okay.
Put the box of candy on the dining table.
Okay.
And because it's just me and Gerbil, everybody else.
Yep.
I guess.
Tegan,
Yes.
Before, I know we're all. Well, I know I'm tired. You're an elf, so you probably don't need to sleep. But I'm real quick gonna ask Adrian some questions, and just some questions I wouldn't mind, if you tagged along.
Okay. I was just the only thing I was going to suggest is we should really contact Alec. The whole reason we're here.
I fully agree with that. If you know how we could try to contact him, but
I thought Kazeel had a way of communicating with him, but
I don't know. I haven't talked to Kazeel much. Hey, Kazeel.
Yeah, I think he did give him a sending stone maybe when he saw him at the gate of Fairweather. So Kazil would speak up. I have it. Yeah.
we should let Alec know what happened, and also he's probably well, I don't know.
Well, we should
no
make
idea
sure
where
he's
he
alive.
Is. Yes.
That's
And
probably.
I mean, at this point, what's 50 gold?
I think given the circumstances, we just make sure he's alive, give him the information, and just be like, you don't have to pay us. At least I have.
Goodness.
I don't know about you guys, but
Oh, Gerbil was all mercenary at the beginning. What's going on?
I'm tired. We killed a city. That's what's going on.
So, do you want to do that now and just make sure he's alive? And
we should. I mean, before we decide. I mean, this is our primary. This is my job, and I know it's Gerbil's considered it a job, so we should. Before we decide if we're going anywhere or if we're even staying together, I mean, we should follow up on this.
I think that is
okay. I will. Okay, let me see if I can reach him. Kazil reaches into his bag and pulls out a sending stone. Bag heavy with items that he's taken.
Not told anybody about it.
What do you have in there, Kazil? It looks like a heavy bag.
Oh, just adventure and adventure and supplies. It's fine. He takes out, he kind of rustles around. I'm guessing probably has to look through a couple of things. I think he has a couple of sending stones.
He does.
Wow. We need to shake him down.
I know.
That's coming.
Oh, look, I have 5 bags of holding, all filled to capacity.
Okay.
No, that was possible.
All right. So kind of... Alec. This is Kazil. Are you alive? Floating, it's Bairn has fallen. Regina is probably dead. Please respond.
You send a payment to this address.
Let us know what to do. It's 22 words. All right. Any kind of Kazil sits still for for a minute or two, or 3 minutes. Nothing. I don't know if that means something bad or if it means that he just doesn't have access to a stone right now. But we can try again later and see.
I suppose.
Maybe tomorrow morning?
That might be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way for us to get out there. Even if we wanted to.
Sure. I'm going to go and get some rest, I think. I'd suggest that we probably all do before, it's been a while.
Yes.
We're just gonna go lay down where Jocelyn is.
Okay. Jocelyn is sleeping.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I completely forgot about Ingot.
We left Ingot.
Yeah.
No, Ingot would have followed you guys.
You're
She would have
supposed
just
to
kind
follow
of
people.
silently
We're
followed
all-
behind you.
We're all comforting Gimble as he's crying over his ex while Ingot's
Oh.
sitting there.
Tortured for weeks, and oh hi, how you doing?
We killed her significant other.
Okay, so Ingot is, I'll say that Ingot, as soon as you guys got back, she would have went upstairs to the room where you guys arrived with the other 3 people. And, oh no, I guess it'll only be 2. It's only 2. Yeah. So actually, because I forgot that Ingot was there. Oh, no, I was forgetting to count Jocelyn was who I was forgetting to count. So, you guys had 2 other people that were staying in the house. So, one of them's doing really well and is actually out. The other one is doing okay, and we'll just drop the one that was doing bad because that was my 3rd roll. So they're doing doing all right. Yeah. So Inga went straight up. I mean, you guys, unless you guys followed her, but she went straight upstairs and to that room. So. All right. So oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gerbil.
Oh. I'll say to Tegan. Should I have my quick chat with Adrian now, or should I just wait till?
If you're, I only need. I mean, I'll leave it to you. I'll help you if you need. Let's get it over with.
True. Okay.
I will say that he is teaching right now.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind. Rewind.
Okay.
Go to bed, guys. Jesus.
Gimble, did you go to bed as well when you got back? I mean, after you talked to Silvra?
That's exactly what.
No, I think.
What are you up to, Gimble?
Just kind of sitting in a corner.
Oh boy.
Petting
Oh my god.
Gimlet.
And every other dog would like be caring and showing emotion, but just imagine Gimlet just
Literally
statues.
just
Yeah.
The Godfather.
Awaiting
Yep.
orders.
right.
Pretty bird.
No, it's fine.
Alright, if ever-
Gimble,
Gimlet, do I need to take you out to go potty, buddy?
This is worse than I thought.
All right, you're a machine.
Gimble, as you're sitting there, just wide-eyed stroking Gimblet, this about 14-year-old kind of walks by, starts walking through the room that you're sitting in. Are you downstairs or upstairs?
Probably downstairs.
Okay.
Probably didn't have enough energy to make it
Yeah.
upstairs.
So she passes through the room, and she seems a human female, kind of this wavy red hair with these very thick bangs. She has a few school books in her arm. She starts to walk through and starts to go up the steps, but stops and kind of looks over to you. And you kind of, even though you're kind of thinking and kind of staring ahead of you, so you do see her kind of slowly approach. Excuse me. This happened last night too. Slowly approach and kind of look down. You okay?
I think I'll know after tonight.
Oh, okay. Do you and she looks around, kind of like trying to see if there's an adult to kind of like help in this situation. Do you want some tea or a cookie or?
That's very kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I'd be able to keep it down. I'm a little nervous.
Okay. Not nervous about us, right? I mean,
no,
not nervous about here.
You all are cool. If I could stay here and I don't know, help teach you guys, I would.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
weird, but okay.
It is? So, fair enough.
Well, do you, do you need me to get Adrian or someone to talk to, or do you need to talk to someone?
I think I'm gonna be okay. Thanks. Thanks though.
Okay. That's a cool pup you have there.
Thanks. I'm Gimble, by the way.
Oh, and she kind of starts to stick her hand out, but then you kind of notice a little bit of like brown, like chocolate on it, and she like wipes it on her pants, and she sticks out her hand. I'm Molly.
Pleasure to meet you,
Molly. Okay, well, I'm going to go upstairs and study. If you need something, Adrian's in the next room teaching some of the others.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever let that compassion go.
Okay.
It'll get you far.
She kind of takes a few like slow steps back while looking at you, and then like quickly turns and kind of bounces, runs up the steps. Yeah, leaving you alone in the room. And that's where we'll take our bio break. Gimble's sadly sitting in the corner. For those watching, we take an 8 to 10 minute bio break each session, where we refill our drinks, yada yada yada. You know the drill. So we'll be back. So hang on tight, and we shall see you in a bit. All right, mics are still hot, guys. been eating goldfish, so pretty good. I wish I could eat goldfish. Dang it. You're so good. I mean, the thing about goldfish is that I can't eat just like one at a time. I have to eat like a handful. I mean like all at one time. Like I mean like I have to put like 5 pieces in my mouth. I'm more of a Cheez-It person personally. If I had to go that route. If I had to go that route.
You know what the best is? It's
Oh.
That's chaos. That's chaos.
so much cheaper.
That's M&M's and Skittles.
No, it's all cheese.
That is, I don't know how, I mean, you obviously didn't catch it. I completely, like, I wrote down notes.
So hilarious.
I
both mix it up in the same way.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm changing your backstory and just switching the names. Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
So funny.
100% fine.
Zoom was all like, your mic's not working.
I can hear you. Is a Zoom bomb?
I mean, like, people bombing your Zoom by just literally typing in a random number. And you haven't heard about this?
No.
This is like why Zoom has been like.
Oh, that, yes.
really
Well, I mean,
investing in security.
I heard that people, I heard
Jumping
that,
in, I mean, like,
yeah, I heard that people were like jumping in on meetings and stuff, and that's why that they did the whole waiting room and password thing.
they were jumping in, like,
Got you.
At best, I'll go just
because they got the camera.
Alright, just making this up before I forget. Alright. Are you eating a cheese stick, Joe?
That is, yes.
What's left of it? Gosh, I love all the things that I can't eat. I'm just like, those are good too. Man, guys, you are both the best and worst of us. Okay.
So you get all the credit.
How far do you have to walk, Danny? That's crazy. Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just keep us posted, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, keep a chronological log in
Yeah.
your chat of your walk.
Yeah, don't tell us exactly. Don't say exactly where you are because that's that's
Well, I'm
crazy.
not gonna either.
That could lead to other problems and issues. Um,
Just checking in to let us know that you're okay.
yeah. Keep us posted. Almost 3 miles. Okay. Yeah, that's a walk. That's a walk. It's a healthy walk. Yes. It's a while. Yeah. And that's both ways too. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me take down the be right back. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, is that why I was turning the wrong one up? That's why you guys were so darn quiet.
Huh?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Have we been muted this entire time?
No, you haven't been muted the entire time. I think you've just been really low. I had you guys. I thought I had the right one turned up, but it was the wrong one. So.
I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong
So apologies
time.
for whoever tipped me off to that earlier, and I was like, I have it turned up, guys. I don't know what you mean. That's a Stephanie problem, not a you problem. You're on top of it. Aw, I would walk 500 miles. I would walk 500 more. All right, Renerius, give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
All right, it's dream time for Renerius.
Welcome back.
In dreams,
Renerius is dreamland.
Oh, I fail hard.
Enter the Sandman.
Okay, all right. Cool beans, cool beans. Renerius, as your...
Not that Sandman.
Mr. Sandman.
As you're dozing, as you're sleeping and you get that deep sleep, you start kind of intermix, because it's obviously been a very traumatic last 24 hours for you. So you're having these weird kind of dreams of mixes of like your past and, Regina and going through the tower, the council building in the basement, even like walking around Relesk. It's all just kind of like melting together. But intermixed with all of that, you keep getting these like flashes of this kind of a dusk sky with just nothing on the horizon. The ground is almost black, but again, you have those beautiful colors that you usually find at dusk in the sky. No clouds. And you keep kind of finding yourself in this like weird dream area, and you'll turn and there's it's like out of the corner of your eye, each time that you turn towards it, out of the corner of your eye, you see this kind of huge dark figure. But as you continue on through the night and these dreams keep happening, these little snippets of this weird dream keeps happening, you're able to kind of catch more and more of it and see more and more of it until after having that so many times and what seems like endlessly, it seems like you've been asleep for years, you have that setting again, but the dark figure is right in front of you. And make a wisdom check for me. Just a wisdom roll.
Okay. 13.
The figure looks, and it's just the outline, like the rest of it's just a silhouette is the word I'm looking for. But it looks like a silhouette that you've seen a lot in the past couple of weeks. Like it looks like the height, the build, the head looks very much like the form of your friend Gerbil. So you would recognize it as a bugbear. I would say with that roll, I mean, it's not extremely high, but I would say with that roll, you would be able to tell that there are a couple of, it does seem more imposing. It does seem taller. It does seem a little bit wider. But you can definitely tell that it's a bugbear. It's a silhouette of a bugbear. What do you want to do? I would say
it's a bugbear, but it's bigger and taller than gerbil would be.
Just barely. Something seems different, and you think that it might seem a little bit wider and a little bit taller. That's kind of the excuse you give yourself as to what's different about it. And I would say space-wise, it's probably maybe it's hard to tell with how everything's laid out, but in this dreamscape, but it feels like it might be about 10 feet away from you. And it's just standing there. You'll see a slight movement like it's breathing.
Is that you, Gerbil?
Oh. You don't. Oh God, I'm not wearing I'm rolling my player dice. Oh, dice gods, forgive me.
When dice collide.
I'm gonna have to.
You know, the DM dice are just the dice that they're the dice jail dice from Playerland.
For sure. There's no response, Renarius, but you feel. It feels like the air has been sucked out of the room. Like, you know what I mean. Like you're able. There's still air. You're still breathing, but right. It just feels like this heaviness all of a sudden.
I'm going to back away. Still face him, but back away a little bit.
Okay. All right. It doesn't move.
I will step forward towards it.
Okay. How many feet? How it's about, if you take a couple of steps away, I would say it's probably like 11, 12 feet from you right now. How close are you going to go?
Probably till I'm about 5 feet away.
Okay. As you get 5 feet away, it's almost like you're looking at like a 3D image. Something shifts and you kind of see this kind of heart-shaped cutout appear in its chest. And as you've stepped closer, you feel that kind of heaviness get more intense. In fact, make another wisdom saving throw for me.
There we go.
Wow.
20.
Yeah.
Not 20.
You're feeling the heaviness, but you're able to withstand it. And as you've gotten closer, you can also see that kind of breathing motion intensify.
I'll ask.
Chest heave up and down.
I'll lean in a little bit. Gerbil, is that you?
It doesn't respond.
Who are you?
It's rolling like crap. It the heaviness kind of lightens up a bit, but it still doesn't respond.
I want to get very close.
Okay, so you're going like chest to chest because it is taller than you, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you take a step closer and another step closer and another step closer, the hole in its chest that is heart-shaped seems to grow. And you feel that heaviness deepen again, and suddenly you feel, without even noticing any movement from the form whatsoever, you feel a very calloused, large hand around your throat, tightening and tightening. And then you wake up.
I'll gasp and freak out. And I'm going to look around and see, like, where am I? Everyone's asleep, maybe? Is it, like, midway through our sleep?
Everyone, where do you think that you would have went, Renarius? Do you think you would have went in the room that Jocelyn's in, or in the room that you guys appeared in with the other, where the other two...
Probably the room we all appeared in.
Okay. All right. Anyone else would have went to that room instead of Jocelyn's room?
I would have probably went to that room, but I probably wouldn't be there because I probably would have gotten up after 4 hours and I would have done something.
Okay.
Gerbil would probably be in there.
Okay. Gimble's downstairs. Ren, which room would you have went in?
Probably the first one that seemed available coming in. I was exhausted. So.
Okay, probably that would have been you would have passed by Jocelyn's room first, where Silvra was sleeping too. So, and there's a couch in there. Silvra, yes.
I keep forgetting that she's not actually tiefling, so I keep forgetting that I have trance too. So after 4 hours.
Okay.
I was wondering about that. Honestly, it was like, is she fake sleeping?
All right. That's intense. That's intense.
That's dedication.
So Gerbil, make a perception check for me.
Ooh, the best thing I'm good at.
Oh, whoa. I rolled 2 natural 20s in a row.
Wow.
I mean,
what? Okay.
I rolled 13.
You wake up and whenever Renarius wakes up, when you wake up and you're gasping for air, you know, it's daylight outside. Well, no, let's see here. You guys went to bed at you would have went to bed around 1. So no, it's dark. Or at least it's dusk. So the sun is setting. So there is a little bit of light from the city coming in through the window, but it is a darker room with someone has turned on a lamp in the meantime, though. But as he sits up gasping, Gerbil, that wakes you up.
You okay, Renarius?
I think I'm okay now.
Did you have another one of? Don't you have those weird dreams? Did you have one of those?
Yeah, it seems to be every night now.
Oh, that must suck.
Yeah, but I managed to get through.
Okay.
Good night. Or well, is it like
you probably would have had it's close to 8 hours. You would have.
Am I feeling all right? I'm feeling pretty good then.
You're feeling
Never mind.
good. You're
Didn't
feeling
say
good.
that.
Also, just to note, welcome raiders
Yeah.
from Zambies. Appreciate the raid. You guys are awesome. welcome, and grab some tea, put your feet up, relax a bit. All right. So, anything else that you guys want to?
The only the only thing I was going to say was I would probably only sleep, meditate for 4 hours.
Sure.
And when I got up, they're all still sleeping. So I would probably. I was going to say with Tegan, he's probably not comfortable taking up space in this place, and eventually we're not going to be, staying here every night. So I looked at the map. He probably remembers from the map. He's probably just real quick going to go to the Bristol Inn and inquire about what the lodgings there are like, just to see what,
Okay, so you head out. I will say that everyone except Gimble, you give yourself a point of exhaustion. Since you didn't sleep, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
So you have a point of exhaustion. The rest of you can mark yourselves as having a full rest.
I'm gonna roll for Portland.
Where do I
is there like a full rest button?
That's the DM job. Yeah, that's
That's my job.
That's her job. Yeah.
I forget what exhaustion.
So don't touch anything.
Perfection.
I kind of forgot.
You can take your wounded off.
That was me.
But when she takes a full rest, it'll go away as well.
Okay, I just won't touch anything.
The good news is I still have all my spell slots, and I'm only down 3 hit points.
Forget what the command is.
It's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Just realized.
I think it's
Out of
tracker.
character, really quick. The last time we all slept was
10
April
episodes
20th.
ago. Yeah, 10 episodes.
Are you
ago.
kidding me?
Right?
Mhm.
We're horrible at sleeping.
Hey, this entire campaign's been like what, 3 days?
I'm assuming I should not have gotten the benefits of that long rest.
Oh no! Yeah, you didn't sleep. Oh wait, okay. I see what you mean.
I just went and added the wound back.
Thank you.
There. I'm just
I
making
completely
sure.
forgot. All right. Cool. I thought there was a way for you guys to do it too, but maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe not.
Okay.
All right. So Tegan, you're heading over to the
Bristol Inn.
Bristol.
Yeah, which is nearby. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's number 9.
Number
Okay,
9.
Yeah, it's just a couple of streets down. So I would say because you only have to rest for 4 hours, so you're getting there around 5 o'clock. So you head over to the Bristol. It's a very it's not too of an elaborate facade on it. A lot of wood. You still have that kind of metal decoration in the wood paneling and around the door and on the door. As you enter in, still a lot of mahogany, a lot of different types of wood. There's a large desk there to greet you with a elven woman standing behind. Can I help you with something? Are you here to check in? Welcome to the Bristol.
Oh, thank you. Not just as of yet. New in town. We had some temporary lodgings, but I'm looking for something more normal or formal, so to speak. So I was just checking in to see your rates, and do you serve food as well, or?
Well, our rates are 8 silver pieces per room per night.
Okay.
And we do, let's see here. I think that there's a tavern nearby this one, if I'm correct.
The back room?
Yes, we have the back room right across the street, so that would be where you could grab some food, or the closest place to grab some food.
Excellent. Thank you. I have some traveling companions that I was just doing a little work ahead of them.
Sure.
So I will go back and talk with them. But thank you very much.
Yes. What can I help you with?
People have been talking. As we've been visiting around, talking about this gala event every night. Is it true every night?
It's just a Relesk thing. Never heard of it anywhere else, but yes, we have it every night over by the main gate at the pool area. It is invitation only, but if you don't have an invitation to get in the first floor of the main tower, they do have a midnight buffet and some dancing that happens before midnight there as well and after. But
anything big happening at midnight except for the day rolling over? Or?
Oh, yeah, just another day for more opportunities.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
I'll leave.
If you need anything, just stop by.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I'm sorry.
My name is Brienne.
I'm Tegan. Glad meeting you.
Glad to meet you.
All right, that's all I really wanted. And the only other thing is, yeah, that's it. I'd head back to the house and wait for the others to wake up.
Okay. You're telling me this and not Brienne.
Oh yeah, not Brienne.
Okay.
No, I'm not telling Brienne.
Brienne's like, okay.
What?
Sure, you do you. That's fine. All right.
Most notably, I wait for Gerbil to wake up, I guess. And
so Tegan, I will say that as you walk in, you would see Gimble. Are you still in that corner? You would see Gimble sitting in the corner with Gimblet. Just wide-eyed.
Okay?
Yeah.
You really should get some sleep.
I can't. I'm very... Is it already nighttime?
It's approaching night, yes. But we've been up almost 2 days.
Dear God, I gotta go.
Go where?
To the engine. To the bye.
I just like mid-sentence, probably Gimble will walk away from
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So Silvra, what have you been doing since you've been up?
Just sitting for a little bit. I'm staying in the room probably for like an extra hour and then walking out of the room.
Okay. So you're just kind of hanging around the house?
Yeah. I do want to. She does want to go and see what Gimble's up to, but I'm sure at that point he's probably already taken off.
Well, you would have been. Let's see. You only have to be in a trance for 4 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the same for Tegan. Tegan would have walked to the Bristol and had a chat and walked back. So if you would have went downstairs as soon as you woke up or within the first hour after waking up, Gimble would still be there.
Oh. Just in time to watch him leave.
Or to come with me.
Hi, bestie. Where are you
going? It's tonight. I said I would meet Donelia, and I spaced out.
Wait.
And I didn't sleep, and I'm overtired. Oh God. Okay, I need to go to the engine and
calm down. Okay, first let's get you some coffee.
Nope. No time. Gotta leave now.
Wait.
I can't.
I'll just go after him.
At this point, Adrian kind of comes around a corner out of one of the rooms and kind of runs into the two of you. Oh,
Hi.
Hey, did you guys get some rest or?
Sure.
I did, but he's lying.
Do you know Lesser Restoration?
Who are you asking that to?
Silvra.
Oh.
Adrian, and either of you.
No. Sorry.
That's cool.
Does Adrian know Lesser Restoration? I have a character sheet here. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I think I read somewhere that removes exhaustion. Can you just... Even if it doesn't, just placebo effect.
Right. No.
Yeah, no, never mind.
No, he thinks, and he's like, I don't think that it, and yeah, it's disease or one condition. The conditions can be blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned.
Dang it. Okay.
Exhaustion.
Oh, wait.
Thanks anyway. Okay, bye.
Gimble, what about cure wounds?
No, that doesn't do it. I know that one.
Well, is there anything I can? I mean, you seem a little out of sort, friend.
Do you have is there a shortcut across town?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No, just
do you know teleport?
Gimble.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Just don't go. Make sure to go on the right side of the tower if you're going through the city, because if you go on the left side, then you'll run into the gala, unless you guys got a ticket to that today somehow. Okay. Do you need something? Can I feel like and he kind of looks between you and Silvra. I feel like I'm missing something. Is everything okay?
Yes. No, but yes. No. Okay. Bye.
He kind of just looks to you.
He ran into his ex. So I'm going to start pushing him towards the stairs.
Good luck, friend. That's rough. Okay.
Literally just gonna hop on Gimlet's back. Away!
I'm like running behind you, trying to keep up.
Chaotic neutrals at their best. No.
All right. So all this would be happening before even Rhaenyra woke up. So, Silvra and Gimble, where are you guys heading to? Are you heading? Which place are you going to?
The engine. Just because I had said I would meet her outside
I tried
of there.
to stop at a coffee shop, but he has a one-track mind.
Yes. Literally been obsessing about it for several hours now.
So you guys, so you're are you following Adrian's direction and going around the right side of the tower instead of the left?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are pretty much going through half of the city, more than half of the city. As you get to that, get around to you're pretty much just making a circle there. Well, yeah, you can cut through. You can cut through and go. As you guys near that center tower, you see that they're kind of gearing up on the first floor. I don't think any of you guys have walked around it yet. The whole first floor of the center tower is completely open. It's completely open space with pillars, and the rest of the building rises above it. But there's a good couple of floors. There's some staircases that wrap around and some balconies that you could see as you walk past. Candles and some oil lighting is lighting up the interior to where it's just kind of glowing out from the bottom of the center tower. You see some people kind of milling about and going in and out. And some people inside kind of working and setting up a dance hall and a couple banquet tables. As you guys kind of cut around that and go towards that front gate area, you do see some sections, some areas, that whole pool area kind of sectioned off, but you do have some room to just go along the side of it over to the engine. You will see some people over around the pool area in some fancy clothing. You hear some musical instruments being tuned to the side, and it's definitely there are a couple little a tent being set up. It looks like maybe someone practicing a magician act. And that's all in that roped-in area that has that has Relesk guards kind of outside, making sure that no one slips in that shouldn't be slipping in. As you guys round the corner and go down that little passageway that leads to the engine and the other two shops there, you run into, you do see her sitting on the edge of the pool. No, not sitting on the edge of the pool. I'm sorry, kind of leaning up against the wall of the engine as you approach. Do you want to go ahead and approach all the way, or do you want to do something
approaching
else
all the way.
before?
There's no. Hi. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
Oh, hey, hi. No, you're fine. Wow. So, I honestly wasn't expecting you to come. I thought that was just formality, but I'm glad that you're here. It'll be nice to catch up.
Yes.
And who's your friend here?
Oh, this is Silvra. She's one of the folks I've been traveling around with for like the last.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So it's been a few hours. You still haven't been to the auction house?
No, not yet.
Great.
I was looking forward to going there with you.
Okay. All right. Well, and she looks to you, Silvra, and just to give you a quick description in case you missed it earlier, she's, of course, a gnome woman, around the same height as Gimble, with this kind of like really dark, rich brown, tightly curled natural hair that kind of goes a little bit past her shoulders. She has a little bit of it kind of pinned back and has this kind of bandana on her forehead. But she doesn't have her apron on now. Not wearing very elaborate clothes, but it does look like that she's like put on like an embroidered vest over her top to kind of fancy it up a little bit, along with a brooch. And she looks to you, Silvra. Well, I think that you'll like this place. It's a good time.
Tell her she's pretty.
You look very lovely tonight.
Oh, well, thank you, Gimble. You look very dashing yourself. Now let's go.
Okay.
And she kind of leads on with this, with the confidence of someone who has lived in a city for a while, and knowing where they're going. She kind of leads you towards the front gate, but it's only so that you guys can kind of go around everything and because the auction house is on the other side. Oh no, it was right down the street. Why do I keep forgetting where that's at? Okay, so she doesn't scratch all of that. So she just takes you guys a couple of buildings down, and you guys actually pass her on your way there. The auction house has a very kind of basic facade. It's not overly fancy. I mean, clearly the engine is the one that the engine is the shop that's meant to catch all the attention here in this area. But it is a very interesting mix of that wood and metal again. As you guys step in through the glass doors that has that metal overlay on it, you step in and the place is very busy. It has a little balcony area that kind of sits above everything. And there are tables here and there, as well as a bar in the back. But what's even more interesting is kind of off to the side, there are 3 doors that have these curtains drawn on them, and you hear auctioning coming from the other side. And there is like a board with the items that they're auctioning that day. But this is a place for food. This is a place for drink. And that just seems like kind of a side fun thing. Donelia takes you to a table directly and kind of like gives a familiar wave to one of the waitresses there, who comes bounding up to the table. Oh, hey, Donelia. Hi. I brought a couple friends with me today. So we'll probably need to see a menu. And the waitress kind of nods and scurries back, goes over to the counter and brings back a menu for you guys. I mean, there are more fancier choices. Like there's some, oddly enough, some fish, which this place isn't around water. Um, there's also some like your typical like poultry options. There are some salads. There are some soups. Pretty much anything variety that you would want. And if you don't see on the menu, maybe we might have it in the back. We might be able to make it for you. So, what would it be?
I'll have whatever the soup of the day is.
Okay. That is potato. Did you want some vegetables on the side with that?
That would that would be lovely.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'll bring some bread to the table as well. Um, and Silvra, as you go to sit down with the two of them, suddenly you hear a little rip of fabric.
I'm gonna be right back. No, wait. I don't want to sit down any further. I'm not in my regular clothes. I was waiting for my clothes to dry, and these are borrowed, and I think I ripped them.
Oh.
It's not gonna be very pretty if they keep ripping.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back though. Okay, as fast as I can. All right.
All right.
Oh, you're
okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Hey, Gimble. Pay for the food. Keep telling her she's pretty, and be nice.
Well, okay, Silvra. It was please come back.
Of course, yeah. I will. I just gotta go get my clothes real quick.
Okay. All right. Well, she seemed nice.
Yeah, we were in fair weather, and she had a thing for this other tiefling there, and I helped bring them together. They still are. It's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were such a romantic.
Yeah, Donelia, I made the wrong choice.
On what? Your menu? Do you need to change the menu? We can get the order changed. I can just
No. 6 years ago, I made the wrong choice.
Did you? Though?
And I've
Have you thought about this? This isn't just because that you're seeing me again, right? I mean,
no, I've
I don't want to feel like it was weird seeing you here. I mean, I would never have expected to see you here, but I don't.
Likewise. No, I've basically avoided going home out of not wanting to confront the biggest failure of my life. But I have, regretted. And
wow. I don't know what to say.
Regretted that pretty intensely. Not a day goes by that I don't wonder what could have been different.
Oh, I mean, you seem happy.
Yeah. I am, but I don't know if I'm as happy as I could have been.
Well, this was unexpected.
Yeah, sorry to lay it all out there before the appetizers even come.
It's fine. You know, I mean, I've kind of learned a few things, and she kind of pushes her hair out of her face. Kind of learned a few things the past, few years, that life throws stuff at you, and you just kind of gotta roll with it. Look, since we're being honest, I was hurt after what happened. I mean, probably more hurt than I let on, because that's kind of what I do. I kind of just pretend that it's not that bad, and then, privately fall apart later. Which is kind of why I left and wanted to go somewhere where, fresh start, and see if I could do something. I, stopped at a couple places, went to Bern, and didn't really fit in there, and came here, and it just seemed like so many opportunities.
Oh, the engine's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good city. I mean, sometimes I wish the people were a little more honest, and no one here wants to talk about anything remotely important, but there's sometimes a comfort in that, not knowing that no one's going to talk to you about politics or mages or
anything. Yeah.
Well, again, it was a surprise, but I would be lying if I didn't say that I was happy to see you.
Likewise.
And
definitely wasn't expecting that. But I am glad that I've got to see you.
So, how long are you staying here?
I have no idea. Maybe forever.
She'll genuinely kind of giggle, laugh at that. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't talk you out of it, but you have your friends that you came in with. Surely you got something to finish with them.
I don't know. I guess we all kind of have to talk about that. We made it to the end of what we thought we were doing, and then ended up here magically, if you could believe that. Feels random, but maybe not.
Yeah. I don't think it was random. I think you were meant to stop here. We were meant to meet at the engine, and meant to be here. So.
To meeting again.
Well, and then about this time, Silvra comes back in with her clothes. The proper clothes this time.
Oh, so much better. So, hi.
You're back.
Yes, I'm back. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
How's it going so far?
And about that time the food comes, or your soup comes with the vegetables. We'll say that that she ordered something as well. Silver, you missed ordering. Do you want to order something while the waitress is here?
What kind of whatever. What did you order, Gimble?
Has
potato soup with vegetables and bread on the table.
Oh, yeah, we also have a basket of bread.
I'll take that.
Okay.
Sounds
excellent.
Good.
I'll go and get it for you.
Thank you.
And she leaves. And Silvra, as you sit at the table, you can definitely feel this kind of air of tension and, like
just like
you
so oblivious.
Yeah, like you just jumped into a pool of something.
I'm gonna cast.
Pool of hormones. I don't know.
She really wants to cast dancing lights right now over the table.
So Silvra, how's your adventures been with Gimble?
Oh, they have been so great. We went to jail one time and running away from people.
Yeah.
Oh wait, not like bad, but
like bad people locked us up.
Yeah. We've been trying to help people and they don't like. But we won't. Gimble, I'm not going to mention that other thing. But we've been having a lot of fun. I hope that you can meet everybody.
Why wouldn't you want us to talk about Jocelyn?
Oh, it's Jocelyn Gimble was telling me about this friend of yours. How's that going?
Friend.
Can I cast dancing lights above the table?
Sure. It's your spell, sure.
Police may just drop down. No magic here.
What's all this then?
What?
Oh my god. This is making so much.
So what is it? So is it just you're just doing it just dancing lights?
Yeah.
Okay. Just little lights that are dancing above the table.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. What a neat trick.
Thank you.
Silver's a cleric.
Oh wow, that must be handy in your adventuring together.
Well, I mean, I only have I don't think I'm very useful. A lot of people think that clerics are just all heals and all heals and all heals and stuff, but I'm not really that type. I don't know what to say. Oh, Jocelyn. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it's been going great. He's sleeping and recuperating and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's been going really good. Wow, what is Gimble? Gimble? What have you said?
Oh no, he just said that he helped you guys get together.
I was your wingman.
Yeah, of course you were. He was great at it too. It was amazing.
Well, yeah, he is.
Also, I would highly suggest dating somebody with mage hand.
Oh.
What?
I have before.
What?
I like you already. She has got to meet everybody else. Come on, Gimble, like for real. She is amazing.
Oh, well.
She is.
She kind of smirks at you, Gimble. Well, you guys sound like you've had quite the adventure.
It's only, been a day?
No,
it's like a week.
It's been like
wow,
a couple of weeks. 2 weeks.
He hasn't slept yet, so he's a little delirious.
Oh, you didn't. You haven't. How long has it been since you've slept, Gimble?
A long time. I may have been a little nervous.
He did this. He did this then too. You know, he would get caught up in something, caught up in a project, and it would just be.
That's not what happened, though. I was thinking about what was gonna happen here, and just petting my robot dog.
Wait, but you just.
Never
mind. We'll talk later. But yes, I would love for you to meet everybody else in the group, if that's okay with you.
Oh, I'd like to meet everyone else. They're an interesting collection.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't, I'm just going home to my empty apartment. I don't, so.
Casually drop that.
I would love to meet your friends. Sounds fun.
Start poking Gimble. She said,
oh, you have your own apartment here.
I do. I was, Warren helped me to, having such a hard time getting names out tonight. Warren helped me to grab it. He knew someone, and so I didn't have to pay. I'm not paying like as much as other people have to pay, but it's still a bit. But it allows me to. I don't have to like live outside the city. I'm just a few streets over. It's really perfect for this.
That's awesome. Anything need fixing?
I mean, I have a couple of cabinets that the hinges are off.
Start poking Gimble.
Sure. and do you?
Oh baby.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
I can help with that.
I remember the last time I got my cabinets fixed.
Gee, where'd you come from?
Oh, you've been here this whole time.
He just pops up out of nowhere. Freaking rogues, man.
I'm just imagining just like all of a sudden the camera pans over to Tegan just like standing on the other side of the table.
Kazil's there with his loot.
This is Tegan. We never know where he is.
A towel over his arm.
Oh my god, disguise kit initiated.
My goodness, that got me. Okay, that would be great.
Yeah.
So where are we meeting your friends?
I have no idea. Where are we? Do you want to? Do we have any way of even getting in contact with them? Where are they? They're all just waking up, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would be. Yeah.
We're horrible. We are horrible.
So where your food comes.
Yay!
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Well, maybe we could work out with introducing to everyone tomorrow, because maybe they're getting something to eat now. I didn't want to be late,
and that's
so
5 silver pieces for each of those meals.
How much is Donelia's?
Oh, it's 5 silver pieces as well. Oh, I can handle it, Gimble.
Oh, no. Please let me go.
I'm not going to argue. She kind of looks to you, Silver, and just kind of like does this like smile.
The body of that poor gold chicken. Really impressed her.
What are you
Just
doing
saying.
here too?
Whoa. If this was an overcharging place, there'd be a scene.
Gerbil's just like in the chair behind, just like whips around. No.
Everyone's here.
Oh, I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Well, I can go back to where they're at and bring them to here, or I can go back and then bring them to your apartment.
And both of you make perception checks for me, please.
Mama.
Yep.
Ooh, I rolled a 19 plus 5.
I'm rolling so badly.
24.
9 plus 3, 12.
You're exhausted.
So I would say
You're
that you
exhausted.
both notice, and you know, Donelia is she's she kind of like stops, kind of slows, stops talking, and you see a few people kind of most of the people in the auction house kind of get up from their seats and from their tables and start walking towards the door. It looks like some of the waiters and waitresses are starting to kind of clean up a bit in some of the areas. Oh, right. You guys probably don't know. I mean, I don't need to. I mean, I don't really go. I mostly go just to watch, but right now is the time that everyone usually goes to put up their offerings to the Great One. So, usually I go just so people won't think that, I'm not worshiping.
I'll go with you.
Okay, all right. But we can stay here while Silvra finishes her meal, and it usually lasts for about a half. People can go in and out about a half hour.
Okay.
And offer. So we can wait until Silvra finishes, and then we'll head over, and then maybe we can have your friends meet us in the bottom of the main tower, where they'll have where the midnight buffet happens. There's some dancing. You wear masks. It's really quite interesting.
Is that the gala?
No, that's not the gala. The gala happens right outside here. It's a little bit fancier. There's a magician. There's like a life. It's like this, but fancier.
Got it.
So if Silvra wears a mask on top of her mask, is that kind of meta? Jazz hands.
So maybe they can
cancel each other out.
They can meet there, and that way you guys can get kind of a taste for, something special that only Relesk has.
That sounds wonderful.
And we can do some dancing.
Yes.
I remember you were always a good dancer, Gimble.
Well, I don't know about that.
He's a good dancer. He really is. I mean, unless it's been a while, but I don't see. You look fit. I'm sure that you still have your steps in you.
There's only one way to find out.
All right. It's a plan then.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
you're done, right, Silvra?
Oh, goodness. You'll get hiccups that way, or a tummy ache. Don't eat too fast. Yeah. You can take some of it with you if you want. We can get a little box to go.
Yeah, and I'll just eat it while I'm walking.
She'll kind of wave to the familiar waitress that's been.
She'll start wiping her hands off with her.
Could we get a little to-go box for her, Violet? I put a little bit extra in it too for her. Okay, thanks. We're friends. I come over here quite a bit since it's right down the street. It's there's another place in town that's not quite as a little bit cheaper, but the food here is by far superior, and it's always fun to watch the people go in and out of the auction.
Yeah,
at that queue, you see someone, like a couple, coming out of the one of the curtain doors, and the curtains kind of part as they come out, and they're carrying this like huge statue, like barely able to carry it, and like a person's behind them trying to help support, but they're not doing a very good job. Wow. And they barely make it out the door. It can be really interesting. All right. So Silvra, are you heading? Did you say that after you eat, you're heading back to? Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and head out because she told us she was talking about the bottom of the tower. So
well, let's head out together, and we can walk over that way because that's in the direction of where they do their offerings. So
she knows where we're staying.
No.
No. That's why shut up, Gimble.
She's done her homework. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Well, Gimble's starting to feel nervous. Dude, did you follow me back?
Rinka always knows where you are. Sorry.
Wow.
Did I say Rinka?
Wow. All that time trying to
Is it
avoid
this
you.
ring you gave me 6 years ago? Is that tracking me?
All right. So, well, why don't we walk out together? She'll just offer that. And then we can part ways wherever we need to part ways.
Sure.
Okay. Your to-go box comes right now, Silvra, and it does feel, a little bit heavier than your plate did. They put a little extra in it. She asked them to. Oh, there's a little extra in there. It's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, gotta take care of each other. All right, let's go.
All right.
Great.
You're like pushing Gimble out of the way.
Okay.
All right, so you guys walk outside, and the gala is not getting started yet. In fact, all the people that were setting up have, it's there are still some guards standing outside, but most of the people that were setting up that you saw before are gone. Most likely, you would assume, to make their offerings. As you guys, let me pull up a map here so I understand what I'm trying to say about this. So you guys are right here. Yeah, so as you guys start towards the center tower, as I said, the town, and as you're walking towards, the charity house, or past that center tower, the town is very quiet. You do hear like a distant violin music, and you do pass a few people with not pass, but they're almost all kind of walking in the same direction, just from not in mass, but just a person here, a person there, a couple here, a family here, and they're all carrying a single candle, each person is, along with one of the people is usually carrying like a velvet bag, or even just holding like coins in their hand. And as they do, you have your hand up, Joe?
No.
Okay.
I was scratching my head. My bad.
That's the salute. I forget when we decided that. It's a salute.
So as you guys get to that center tower area, and the charity house is like off to the left, Donelia kind of points to the right. Okay, we're going this way. So just meet us up in the center tower, right?
Cool beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. See you later.
Bye. Bless your heart. I love you. No, I'm just kidding. She might have said that under her breath anyways.
So as Gimble, you and Donelia kind of merge to the right a bit, and you start seeing more and more of these people kind of walking in the same direction with the candles. And you approach this kind of open area, kind of in it's a park of sorts, in one of these back sections, towards like the outer ring. But kind of in the back of this park, there is this large, as you approach it, you start seeing like this red glow kind of bouncing off of trees. And as you get closer and kind of around a couple of trees, you see this large red circle that's standing about 20 feet tall, glowing. And as you're approaching, you can probably tell that it almost seems like a flat surface. It's not like a sphere. It's more of a flat circle with these like red energies kind of swirling around in circles around the outer edges. And in the middle of the circle, kind of, because the circle is kind of flush with the ground, or not flush, but the bottom of it is flush with the ground. And almost standing on the ground inside of the red circle, and is just a dark silhouette of, to you, Gimble, what you would kind of recognize as like human height. And it looks kind of like a human shape with hair that kind of stops around there, but it's hard to tell because it's just a silhouette, and it's just standing there. In front of the circle, of this glowing red circle is a basket on the ground, a large basket that has some gold pieces in it. And as you approach, other people kind of stand there. There's a few violinists playing to the side, so you have this kind of eerie melody floating through the quiet air. And other people approach and they kind of stand in front of the circle for a bit and place their candles in front of the circle. So you do have other candles there as well. And then each group of people or singular person, however they came in, would place what would seem like a gold piece inside of the basket. And then step away, leave their candle there in front of the circle, and their gold in the basket, of course. And some of them kind of stand off and listen to the music and maybe, but they're not really talking amongst each other. It's not a social hour. It's just everyone's very quiet, reverent, but still you would probably notice that everyone seems more solemn than you've seen anyone else in the city all day. This is maybe the first time that you haven't seen a smile on people's faces, besides maybe Donelia. Here we are.
Yep.
And I would say that Donelia would stop probably about a good distance away from the circle, since she's not offering. She's just kind of going there to keep up appearances.
Right.
I usually stop here, and
okay,
no one really notices that I don't place a gold in. So,
what's the the story behind all this?
Well, supposedly that's the Great One inside the circle.
Oh.
The whatever this is, portal, I don't know. I mean, no one's ever stepped through it, but it appears, or that I know of, it appears every evening at dusk. And each household in Relesk is supposed to put a gold piece in the basket. And then when it's done, and you'll know, I would have forgot to mention there are other, like there's Relesk guards kind of standing by to you, maybe about 4 or 6 of them. And when it's done, the guards usher everyone away, and I guess they somehow get the gold inside the circle to the Great One.
Interesting.
It's a very long-standing tradition with them, apparently.
No, I believe it.
But they've worshipped the Great One for a long time, and I think that they kind of attribute the city's success to offering the gold.
Well, everyone believes something, I guess.
But I guess it keeps them happy. So, there it is, and then they'll eventually kind of leave. And I mean, other than this ceremony, there's really, they're not heretical about their beliefs, which I'm kind of, more than okay with. So,
yeah. All right.
Now you've seen it.
Now I've seen it.
Have you ever heard of the Great One before coming here?
Maybe. We went to this other city, Bornheim. And they worship the Great One, or at least something that they call the Great One.
Okay.
It's a lot more blood involved in their worship of the Great One, though.
She kind of, fully looks at you. What do you mean?
Well, let's just say we may have had the unfortunate experience of witnessing a human sacrifice. He was human.
That's
a humanoid sacrifice. There we go. Yeah, it was pretty horrifying. I wanted to stay and investigate the whole thing.
I'm sure that sounds like you.
Yeah, but they the leaders of the town were also giving us passage to the floating city of Bern.
Oh.
But so
Baron was one of the. Yeah. Okay. Baron was. I know where. Of course, I've been to Baron, and I had heard that. Because we get visitors in that don't really stick to the whole like no outside political stuff rule, and they had talked about that Baron was floating.
Yeah. Yep. It literally like was 300 yards up off the, maybe more than that. It was really high up off the ground.
I didn't want to say anything earlier, but I saw some smoke coming from that direction earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was a DM laugh. Not
I figured.
Did not laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard a rumor on our way here that the city fell.
Oh no. That's not good.
Yeah, I was kind of horrifying.
Would she have known that you had a shop there, Gimble?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So she'll like, it'll take a few minutes for her to like, wait, your shop.
I haven't had the chance to go back and and check. It wasn't on the floating part, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't affected. I suppose one of these days, we'll be able to see if anything happened to it. I did have some prototypes in there.
She'll turn to you fully, Gimble, and she's just kind of looking at you. Eyes are a little bit wide. That you could have been there. And she'll hug you.
Yeah.
And she'll pull away. I'm glad you're alive, Gimble. And give you a kiss on the cheek.
Me too.
Well,
point of exhaustion is gone.
We should probably go over and get ready to meet your friends.
Yes. Right, we could do that.
Keep our voices down while we're still
right.
here.
Yes. We could do that.
And then the two of you turn and start back towards the main building. And then as you're kind of turning back, you'll see people kind of walking away and going back to their homes. We'll quickly go over to the people at the charity house. Silvra, you bound in. What you doing?
I'm bouncing in.
You're bouncing in.
I'm just trying.
Just full of life.
Literally, just full, just like, bling! And then like trying to go up the stairs as fast as I can without falling on my face. Yep. But I'm sure that I've fallen on my face. So
we'll say you've had enough rest that you're good. You're fine. So you find everyone in the charity house.
Okay. Guys. Gimble and his lady, they're on a date.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going well. Oh, come on, guys. We're gonna meet them at the bottom of the tower. So we gotta go now.
Okay.
No.
Please. You guys would love her.
There's dancing.
She's amazing. There's gonna be food, dancing. It's like a party. It's like party, but like on the outside.
I don't know how to dance.
Really?
I was never that good at it.
Side quest. Teach Rhaenyra to dance.
Oh no. We're all getting like the most side quests. What a date.
Writing
Get some
this
flowers.
down. Teach Rhaenyra how to dance. Writing this now. All right. I am going to teach you how to
Kazil
dance.
nods. Sounds like a good idea. I could use for some fun.
Okay. Can I go? I want to go and see and check on Jocelyn real quick.
Okay.
And see if he might be up for this.
Canoodle.
All right. As you go upstairs, Silvra Jocelyn he's awake, but he's still laying down.
How are you doing?
Hey there.
Hi.
What have you been up to today?
Oh, so Gimble's on a date with his ex.
Oh. Okay.
I think it's going well. I think it's going amazing. I was wondering how you've been feeling today or this evening, and if you might be able to, I mean, even if it's just going for a walk or sitting down at the tables, go to the tower thing. There's like a party thing going on, and there's gonna be food and yeah.
Well,
I didn't know how well.
And he'll kind of sit up and swing his legs around the edge of the couch, Silvra. I mean,
how long have you been able to do that? Ooh, food. Yeah. I can help you down the steps too.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
I don't know how long I'll be able to, keep myself up and going, but yeah.
It's okay. And if I am if I have a hard time, I'll just ask Gerbil to help or somebody else too.
Okay.
Wait, when's the last time you showered?
It's been a while, and yeah, I mean, as your help, if you help him up, yeah, I mean, since you've been out and kind of about today and have smelled better things, and you yourself have taken a shower, like you can definitely tell that he's been wearing the same clothes for a long time.
Wow.
It's been a while. I'm sorry.
Well, let's get
it's
you.
Embarrassing.
Wait. Hold on. Before I get you help you off the couch, and I'm gonna go over back to the others and be like, does anybody have prestidigitation?
Silver's having a stroke.
Oh God!
Someone save her.
None of my characters know how to say it right, and it's great. I don't know how to say it right.
What did you need?
Jocelyn wants to come. He needs to be cleaned up, though. He smells really bad, and he hasn't had a shower in a long time.
He doesn't know how.
Well, I wasn't gonna ask that of him because he's been resting.
So you want me to clean Justin?
Please?
Why do you have to say it like that, Joe?
Wow.
I mean, because Zil speaks up, I can do it if you don't. I mean, I have it too.
As he throws a towel over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Is Justin okay with being cleaned by other people?
I'll do it.
Seems strange to me.
I can go up and help you, Silvra. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll go up and, if you want, I mean, you can even stay here, and I'll go up and do some prestidigitation on him, and he'll be good. So we'll say Kazil goes up and does that.
That's what we're calling it these days.
Kazil will help.
Wow.
We'll say that without even coming to get you, Silver, that Kazil will help Jocelyn down the steps. Jocelyn's doing okay. Like, he's definitely still tired, but he can keep himself upright on his own. He just still looks very tired. But he's definitely trying to, to kind of get up and move and also trying for Silvra. So, all right. So you guys are heading out to go to meet Gimble and Donelia under the main tower, and that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Woo.
So next week, party, guys.
I love how like
we're always
everyone's so focused on getting clean, and it's like Gerbil has not like done anything. Remember when he was covered in oil for like five episodes ago from the thief in the hotel in Bornheim? He's still like covered in like dried oil and just like
you're crusty. So crusty.
Yeah.
Probably smells wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, players. Thank you,
but he has flowers.
Chat for sticking around this date. This
unexpected
date night.
Date episode.
Let me see if we have anyone here. Oh no, I don't. Can I? I can definitely try to raid. We have Mercs of Mischief is still going, I think, live, so we can go over and raid them. So hang on tight. We're gonna go over to raid over to Mercs and Mischief, I think, if I can do this correctly, and give him a raid. Tell him hi. You know, hang around and chat for a bit if you have the time, and yeah. I'm just making sure I'm spelling this correctly, which I think I'm not. Mercs of. That's all capitalized. Oh, I don't have permission to perform that action. So, if you guys are still around, head over to Mercs and Mischief. They're live. Absolutely do that. But until next Monday, guys. Oh, we have our schedule. You're watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'm so sorry. We had like a long fundraiser week last week, so I'm like a little loopy and unsure of what to do now. You've been watching The Forsaken, which is at Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is our quest hoarding group. Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is the All Evil campaign, Curious Lament. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is Madbird Squawks, which is our D&D talk therapy show, where players from the different campaigns on Madbird will come in and talk about their characters and answer questions in chat. That sort of thing. We also have a channel over in our Discord that if you want to drop over there, there's a whole channel for questions there as well. Thursday, we don't have anything. Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a new show called Mad Art with Steph, where Steph, will draw fan art. Also drop in the Discord. There's will be a poll going up probably tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow for what I'll be drawing on Friday. Also at Fridays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is Stormfall, which is our after school drama club campaign. Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is Tower of Dreams, which is DM'd by Andrew here. Which is a very awesome exploratory campaign where you follow a group of college graduates who have crippling debt. Fun times. Sundays.
Too real.
Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time is Obsidian Scar, which is our proper naughty campaign. If you don't believe me or think, I don't know if I believe that's that naughty, just turn in and tune in.
We dare.
See what I did there? So that's it. Again, thank you. Head over to Mercs and Mischief if you want some more D&D action for this evening. Otherwise, have an awesome one, guys. Bye.
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 Bye.